R&B Divas Atlanta season. Why I say Atlanta? It's only R&B Divas. R&B Divas season 3, episode 1. Alright, it first starts off with Kiki, and Kiki talks about how her mother moved in. Wait, am I the only one that didn't know that Kiki was mixed? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Kiki's mother moves in, and she's talking to her mother and her brother and her husband about how she hasn't talked to Monifa in 6 to 8 months, and she wanted to text her, but she doesn't think that Monifa is gonna respond, and she thinks it's some big issue. And her mother and her husband tell her, look, just don't make a big deal of it. Just text her and say, hey, how you been? I miss you. Basically, because that's all it is that she misses them. But Kiki is I don't think she's a bad person, but she's definitely emotional and a little insecure and crazy. So her mind takes her to a whole nother place when it's really one thing. Like she's overdoing it. So, then Monifa and Selena goes out. They go work out, and Monifa starts a new lifestyle, and she's vegan now. She doesn't drink. She's working out. She's losing weight. She's trying to get her body right for, her being married. Her and Therese is getting married, and she's talking about how she doesn't need all the chaos in her life. And, Kiki is one of those people that it's very crazy and very emotional, and she takes things to a new level. A lot of times she thinks things is about her when it's not. Like they'll start talking, and Kiki will just go and, oh, why you're always doing this to me? It's always something ain't clicking right in Kiki's mind. She ain't got all her marbles, but that's cool. Whatever, they used to her by now. So they start talking about how at Kiki's party, was that Kiki's birthday party, Kiki Wyatt birthday party, how all the chaos just went. And that's when Monifa had wanted to announce her engagement, but everything was so fucked up that she just said forget it, and she just stormed out. And that's when Selena and Nikki Gilbert was getting into it. They was arguing. Selena called Nikki SpongeBob, and they were going back and forth, and everybody was arguing, and it just threw everything off. So Selena wanted to, apologize to Monifa for that, and she was saying that they feel like they stole a moment from her. So her and her husband, Selena and her husband, is going to throw Monifa and Therese an engagement party. So next, they show Angie Stone. And Angie Stone's at a radio station talking to Chubb Rock, and one of the hosts tells her that, they should do a showcase. And she's thinking about it, and she was like, you know what? That actually sounds like a good idea. She was saying, in her interview, her little confessional or whatever, that she think that doing a showcase with the ladies would be a good idea since all of them, and this is her words, are cold as a block of ice. And that is some honesty for your ass. You don't hear too many artists say that about themselves. No matter how long, they have went without a hit record. It could be 30 years later since they had a hit record, and they'll be like, I don't get why people, aren't buying my music, or, like that, or things ain't the same. So I think them doing a showcase is a great idea. On R&B Divas LA, they did a showcase, and that went well. I think that's good. So she goes, and she goes and tells the girl. She gathers everybody together. They have something called a gratitude tea party. And Monifa says she reached out to Kiki. Kiki and Monifa and Selena are all at the table. This is before Angie and the rest of the girls meet up. And, Kiki's like, "Hey, stranger." She's like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Why you ain't called me in a while?" Monifa's like, "Well, the phone works both ways, and I text you, called you a few times." And then Kiki's like, "Well, how many kids do I have?" And at first Kiki was talking like Monifa, has not been reaching out to her, but if she has been reaching out to you and you ain't been there to answer her calls or respond, whose fault is that? Like, come on now. And then they start talking about, Kiki said something, she texted her one time, and Monifa texted back K. She was like, K? And Selena's like, well, she does that to me all the time. And then they start getting into it, and it's like, this is so stupid right here. Like, just let it go. All that drama over nothing. Just let it go. Y'all don't have any hard feelings. Just say, I miss you. Be vulnerable. Since you really do miss her, just keep it real. And say, Monifa, I missed you. Where you been? Like, it's been 6 to 8 months. I really missed you. Just straight up keep it real. And then the rest of Angie comes in, and she comes in with new divas, Migla, the lead singer from 702, and Latavia, one of the original members of Destiny's Child. And they come in, and she asks the ladies, what are they grateful for? And Mila says, I'm grateful that, I have a 4-year-old son who they said wasn't going to make it. And when he had a 90% chance of dying and a 10% chance of living. And he's still here today. And, that's great. And that her son has autism too. Latavia says, I'm grateful that I'm a mother now. After all I've been through, she was on drugs. She, abused the, substance abuse, and she was depressed. She had went to a really low point. And they all start singing, what is that dang on song? I cannot think of the song. I don't want to cuss. It was a gospel song. Encourage Yourself. They start all singing Encourage Yourself. And then Angie brings up the showcase and asks the ladies if they want to do it. And the ladies, they losing their minds. All of them. They're appalled. They act like Angie asked them, did they all want to jump into an orgy or something? They all was just like, no, it's like, come on now. And they was like, no, showcases are for new artists. Well, since you ain't had a hit in a very long time, none of them, except for probably Kiki and Avant had a song probably last year or 2 years ago. I don't know the song. I've seen the performance. I've heard it once or twice, but I cannot remember the song. I think that did well, but for the exception of Kiki, and Kiki's really only one song ain't gonna do it. It wasn't a crossover song or anything like that, so it definitely wasn't gonna do it. You ain't got a crossover, but you gotta be consistent. And that's the world we live in today. If you're gonna put out a hit, it has to be consistent. If, you do a hit and you stay gone for a while, you don't make any more hits or anything like that, people just, they throw you out there. They label you as irrelevant. And that's the whole thing of the showcase. And if you all of you ladies who have not had a hit in a while, I'm hoping you're not coming up with the same music. And if you're not coming up with the same music, that means you're trying to reinvent yourself. And if you are reinventing yourself, then you need to introduce yourself again on the showcase. Maybe it's a ego kicker or anything like that. Maybe it's hurting your ego. But it's the truth. She's telling you the truth that you need to do a showcase. You need to reintroduce yourself to the people. Because them people that, the people that knew your hits back then, there's a whole new generation that ain't never heard of you. If they see you now, they ain't gonna know who you is, period. So, doing a showcase is a great idea. The R&B divas in LA, they had no problem doing the showcase. All of them jumped on. So, I think you should do it. None of you are above it. So, then they go on to Monifa tell Therese about the engagement party. And Therese, she is not happy about that because of all the dramas the lady has. The ladies always have, and every time they have a party or something, it always go wrong because it's always some bullshit with them. So, Monifa tries to tell Therese, well, this is Selena's way of apologizing for the last party and, basically taking that moment away from Mo, which, it's a nice gesture. So, they should go ahead and show up anyways. And then, Monifa and Selena are in the studio talking about Kiki and talking about how she's over exaggerating, and basically she just needs to come out and say that, hey, I miss you. Like, just be real. That's what everybody's been telling Kiki. Just come out and say that I miss you. Because she's overdoing it. She's trying to take it to a whole nother place. Just say, I miss you. All that aggressive attitude or whatever is not called for. You grown-ass women. Just go ahead and say, I miss you. It's been a while. I miss you. And then Kiki, Selena or whatever, Selena go visit Kiki at her house and she invites Kiki to Monifa's engagement party, and she tells her, I hope this isn't going to be anything. If you're not going to act right, don't come, basically. And she's like, well, I'm going to act right, and a whole bunch of bullshit. Really, she shouldn't even be having this talk with her because Kiki is grown. If you feel some type of way about Monifa, then don't show up to an engagement party because that is not the right place. And Selena tells her that's not the right place. You got a problem with her, talk to her before or after. Do not mess up her engagement party with this bullshit. So, they all at the engagement party, and one of the ladies asked Monifa, they ask her, when is the date? And Monifa's like, you know what? I don't even have a date yet. She's like, I don't have a date. We haven't set any plans for it yet. I haven't done anything. So then Kiki, out of nowhere, is like, she says something that she calls Monifa a liar. Says, lies burn in the lake of fire. Like something out of the Bible or something. Monifa is like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Where that shit come from? Then they start arguing, and then Kiki's like, what did I do? And everybody's thrown off. They get up, and then she's like, no, motherfucker, you not gonna do that bullshit here. No, you're not gonna do it here. And Kiki like, I don't understand what I did. She like, I don't care. Come on, Michael, let's go. I ain't got to deal with this bullshit. Deal with motherfuckers' attitudes. It's like, Kiki, do you not just realize what you did? Like, out of nowhere, you just said that. And really, if you that type of person that can't hold your emotions in, then you should not have come to the engagement party. Because all you did was take a night that was supposed to be beautiful and you made it ugly. And maybe that was not your intention because you seem like you cannot control your emotions. And you probably need to go see a therapist about that and definitely pray on it. But that was not the place for it. Then they get into it and I don't even know. Kiki went and sat back down and you think that's the end of things, but you never know with these ladies. I really think that Kiki needs some help because something up in there, that clock is not ticking right up in that brain of hers. Seriously, she needs that help. I don't think she's a bad person, but she, even the kooky eyes, and she be rolling. One I be staying in place, one I be rolling and rotating back and forth. Something is not right with Kiki. She can sing, though. She can definitely sing. She can blow. But she needs to get them emotions together and get them checked before she really does ruin a friendship that, that she misses so much over nothing. So, I don't know. Episode 2 comes on Wednesday. I'll be reviewing that. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. And, I'll be back for the Basketball Wives LA reunion tonight. So, see ya.